Once upon a time, there was a young man named Sujato. Sujato was a bright student and had a keen mind, but he had a problem. He tended to overthink everything. Whenever he faced a problem, he would ruminate on it endlessly, analyzing every detail and considering every possible outcome. As a result, he often found himself feeling anxious and overwhelmed. One day, Sujato decided to seek out the Buddha to ask for his advice. When he arrived at the Buddha's monastery, he found the great teachers sitting in the shade of a large tree, surrounded by his students. Sujato approached the Buddha and explained his problem. "Venerable Sir," he said, "I find myself overthinking everything. I analyze every detail of a problem, and it makes me anxious and overwhelmed. How can I stop overthinking and find peace?" The Buddha smiled kindly at Sujato and said, "My dear friend, you are not alone in this. Many people struggle with overthinking, and it can be a great burden. But the good news is that there is a way to overcome it." The Buddha then asked Sujato to sit down beside him and began to tell him a story. There was once a man who was walking through a forest. As he walked, he noticed a small bird perched on a branch, singing a beautiful song. The man was so captivated by the bird's song that he has stopped to listen. But as he listened, he began to think about the bird's song. He wondered why the bird was singing and what it was trying to communicate. He has started to analyze the bird's melody and rhythm, trying to find some deeper meaning. As he overthought, he became distracted and lost track of time. When he finally looked up, the bird had flown away, and he had missed the beauty of the moment. The Buddha paused and looked at Sujato. "My friend," he said, "you are like that man in the forest. You are so focused on analyzing and overthinking that you are missing the beauty of the present moment. You are missing the joy of life." Sujato was silent for a moment, considering the Buddha's words. Then he asked, "But how can I stop overthinking? It seems like such a habit." The Buddha smiled again. "The key to stopping overthinking is to focus on the present moment," he said. "When you find yourself analyzing and ruminating, bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. Feel the sensation of your feet on the ground. Listen to the sounds around you. By focusing on the present moment, you can calm your mind and bring yourself back to the here and now." Sujato thanked the Buddha for his wise words and left the monastery feeling lighter and more at peace. From the day on, whenever he found himself overthinking, he would bring his attention back to the present moment, and he found that his anxiety and overwhelm began to fade away. He learned to enjoy the beauty of the present moment and to live more fully in the here and now.